Hello, I'm Keith Carver, Senior Vice Chancellor and Senior Vice President for the University of Tennessee Institute of Agriculture. And today it is my distinct pleasure to be interviewing someone I've known since 2019, Chancellor Donde Plowman, Chancellor of the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Chancellor, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. This is fun.
Chancellor, you've talked quite a bit lately about what it means to be a modern land-grant university. What does it mean to you to be a modern land-grant?
You know, I love that terminology. It means trying to look at the model of the land-grant that agriculture schools have for hundreds of years used, meaning that the faculty, the colleges are out in the state helping farmers learn from their research and help them be more productive in what they do. And so I think if we all use that model, even in other disciplines, like engineering, solving problems that small communities have. I always like to talk about this bridge in Morgan County that our faculty, some of our biggest researchers, created the surface that allowed that community to have a new bridge, had sensors in it. You could tell how much weight load was on the bridge at any time. It's the same model. So building on the model that colleges of agriculture have had for 200 years, try to do it in other disciplines. So we serve the state or this region. So that's how I kind of think about it, the modern land grant.
You know, in your time here, you've obviously been working very closely with the Institute of Agriculture and the Herbert College of Agriculture. And how are we contributing to this?
When I think about just first of all, the fact that we have a vet med school here is such an asset for UTIA, for this campus, for the entire University of Tennessee system. And I think the reputation that UTIA has in the state, just like those 10 research stations, people in those communities know that they can get their problems solved there. And that's just such a great example for all the rest of us. So, and I think back to the group we had here, you all hosted FIFA. I mean, the fact that our research scientist that knows how to grow grass is going to spread that knowledge and be responsible for all those fields for soccer. I mean, it's just amazing. So, congratulations.
No, it's
good leadership over there.
That's exciting. That's exciting. Well, when you know, Chancellor, one of the things that I see you doing often is talking with business and industry leaders. What are they telling you they want out of all of your college graduates, but maybe even specifically some of the things you're hearing in agriculture?
So one of the things that is hard for us in higher ed to get our heads around is that we offer degree programs within the silos that we've created. So every degree program, like accounting, comes out of the accounting discipline. And what industry oftentimes tells us they want are people who are educated in across college boundaries. So for example, if you had a student who had taken, I'm making this up, but 12 hours in precision ag, and 12 hours in business analytics, and 12 hours in communication and persuasion. I ask industry people all the time, would you hire that person? And the answer is yes. Now, not everything has to be delivered that way, but in addition to certain majors, I think that's the way of the future. And so industry is all the time saying, we don't necessarily need exactly, 60 hours in X. But how about somebody who's got skills across boundaries? And so I hear it about, the work that's going on in UTI in so many different areas. But if you think about, people right now are talking about sustainability. They're talking about carbon neutral environments. There's a lot of work in UTIA that really matches up with the work going on in engineering or over in physics and chemistry. So I think it's a really exciting time to be trying to do this all together.
100%. Chancellor, we're all hearing and seeing just the record number of applications that are coming in for the University of Tennessee at Knoxville, and lots of students wanting to be on Rocky Top. What's the secret sauce right now? Why is is UT Knoxville, why has University of Tennessee become such a great place to go, and how do you see that benefiting agriculture?
Well, I think it's because we have Keith Carver and Donde Plowman in
That's true.
charge.
That's true.
You know, we've gotten hot in the state and nationally. And so it's sort of like once there's a story out there about, hey, you want to go there, that's what's happening. And it doesn't hurt that athletics is doing well. I will say this is true fact. The night we beat Alabama, 2,000 applications dropped within the next 24 hours.
Immediately after the game?
Yeah, from out of state. And you know, a couple years ago, I taught a first-year studies class. It was all ag students. And I taught it over in Morgan Hall, and I asked them the first day, where are you from? There were 14 out of the 30 people in that class, freshmen, that were from out of state. They had come here. They were a lot of them in natural sciences, so they were in forestry. But I don't know why that surprised me. I was thinking, well, probably ag students would be all from Tennessee. It wasn't the case. So we're sort of on fire in every discipline. It kind of runs across the campus.
Well, you've had the unique opportunity to work at Nebraska and saw a really good College of Agriculture there. What do you think sets the Herbert College apart when you think about University of Tennessee?
Jim Herbert. And I really mean that seriously. I knew of Jim Herbert when I was in Nebraska. My boss, the previous chancellor, was on his board. And when that naming gift was announced here, it was breathtaking for people in ag at Nebraska, because it was, I think at the time, the only named college of ag. It was like, wow, what kind of place has a named College of Agriculture? And so I do think that is absolutely a huge distinction, because what that tells the world is somebody who has the wealth to do that really values what's happening here, and it immediately raises the stature. Even if you're just the best in the world, somebody comes in and names you, it just tells the whole world it's even better than you thought. And so I think that's a big distinguishing factor. I also think that one of the things about Herbert is the students who end up majoring over in Herbert are students who really like the feeling of sort of like a family. And I will say this is true of most of the students who come here. They say this is a big university, we have 36,000 students, but they all say it feels small. But I think no place on campus does that as well as Herbert. Those students know each other, they know the faculty, they go like to Eaton Maples, and that's really valuable. So while I would like to see the enrollment grow, so would you, we don't ever want to lose that feeling of it's a small community. Everybody knows each other, appreciates each other.
And finally, I feel like it's a special time, and I want to get your comments on it. It seems like agriculture across the state, from the commodity groups, from the governor, from Commissioner Charlie Hatcher, from Tennessee Farm Bureau, the University of Tennessee, it seems like there's a lot of alignment. What's your observation on that?
I think it's 100%. I mean, when you look at, we have a governor who is a farmer, who's so committed. We have Charlie Hatcher as the head of Ag, the Department of Agriculture. We have Randy Boyd as the president, Donde and Keith over here running this operation. It's a great alignment, and you feel the momentum of the agriculture industry all the time. And we know how it's changing. We know it's no longer so much the small family farms, but it's a big industry with all sorts of needs that this university can meet. And I think that's our duty, our obligation. I want us to excel at that.
Well, thank you so much for your time. It's obvious you are very passionate about your role, and we appreciate your passion for agriculture.
Well, thanks for letting me be part of this.
Absolutely. Thank you.